if I'm an athlete and I'm drafted to a team, I cannot make the team and play the game. I have to lean on somebody.
Sure.
Michael Jordan didn't have to worry about who came in his locker room because Jerry Krause was a hell of a general manager.
Sure.
Right? Magic Johnson didn't have to worry. You know why? Because Jerry West was a hell of an executive. Tim Duncan did not have to worry.
The argument you're making is
R.C. Buford was a hell of an executive.
The argument you're making is the argument that I have often made defending LeBron.
I'm just talking about
from this criticism, which is the closest he ever came to being anti-competitive was what I said is forming the big three in Miami. However, to be fair, anytime you look at a championship winner in the NBA, almost without exception, when you look at the roster, it looks like an unfair roster. So you're right. Ultimately, what they created in Miami looks a lot like most championship teams. But it was not an especially impossible to beat championship team. And the proof is, out of 4 years, they won 2.
But you would have said the same thing had he chose to go to the Bulls. When you go back to those teams that you're talking about, when you executive, talent, and coach, who was the coach for the Celtics teams when they won?
What's his name? Casey Jones.
Okay. Who was the coach for the Lakers?
Pat Riley.
Okay. What about the Bulls? Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson, yeah.
Right. When it was Bulls got a break,
You have
it
me
was
thinking
2.
of executives. I wanted
I'm
to
just
say
saying.
Red Auerbach and
When it was Jerry Krause and Phil
Jerry
Jackson.
Krause, yeah.
It was Casey Jones. It was Pat Riley and Jerry West
and Phil Jackson. Yeah.
and Phil Jackson. It was I don't know who the Rockets was, but they had Rudy Tomjanovich.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who their executive was. I don't remember.
Me neither.
But then you go back to Jerry West again,
Mm-hmm.
and Phil Jackson. So in LeBron's case, and no offense to any of his executives and coaches, but like
They didn't have that in Cleveland.
well,
Yeah.
Paul Silas didn't get a long enough tenure, right? Paul Silas was a hell of a coach for LeBron. He just didn't have the talent. I'm not just speaking for LeBron.
No,
I'm
you're
speaking
saying
for
just generally.
all
I
athletes.
get
period.
it. What is inescapable is LeBron had to be in a way because he didn't have that his own GM, and so, but with that comes when you combine those two things together, the player and the talent evaluator / GM, there comes criticism with it, and that's unavoidable.
What I'm trying to explain to you is when you're saying he never became the GM. That wasn't the case.
No, his own GM.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I have other things on the line. I have a signature shoe. I have brand partners. I have my goals that I set for myself and wanting to win. Because if I just sit here and sit in it, here's the other thing people.
So wait,
talk
the
about.
argument you're really making is LeBron with a good GM is going to have at least as many rings as he has right now. The fact that he wasn't in the same position as Jordan or Magic or Bird means that he had to be his own GM to find the place where he could be competitive. And it's not his fault that he is so good that anywhere he goes that looks competitive will start to feel unfair to people because he turns them into a championship roster. And every championship roster, when you analyze it, looks unfair on paper. That's how they won the championship.